Good day, gentlefolk. It's time for the Talos Principle. This is yet another game that I'm going into knowing really nothing about it. I had always, seen it recommended on Steam, but what made me decide to play it was, I played The Witness, got all the way through The Witness, really liked The Witness immensely. Started watching some other people play it, watched a full playthrough of the game, that actually turned out to be 100% playthrough, blind playthrough, by a streamer, or a YouTuber named Keith Ballard, I think? Or Ballard? Keith Ballard. And he loved the game as much as I did. But as he was getting towards the end of it and was, summing up the game and his thoughts on it, he was like, I still like the Talos Principle better. And I'm like, wow, that is really high praise for somebody who loved The Witness to say, oh, there's a better puzzle game out there than The Witness. I'm like, well, I guess I have to play this then. I do have, so Road to Gehenna is the DLC, and this might also be DLC? I don't know. We're just going to play the base game for right now, and if I like this game, as I imagine I will, I'll probably play the DLC too. Go. I was saying, I'm good. I'm pretty g That was weird. For a second I was like, I'm not sure if it's supposed to look like that, but I think it looks normal now.
Behold, child, you are risen from the dust, and you walk in my garden. Hear now my voice, and know that I am your maker, and I am called Elohim. Seek me in my temple, if you are worthy.
I don't think this is probably so subtle, I don't think you guys can see it, but when I turn, the head, my view tilts just probably 1 degree, but it's... When you... Yeah, wow. I don't know how I feel about that. Just moving back and forth, it's a lot more obvious. But I noticed that, as soon as does it do it? I guess nothing special happens when walking forward or backward. Wow. My overlay says Danganronpa 3 because I don't take anything into consideration. Let's, I guess just hide it for now. Whoops. Hide it for now, and then I'll make a... I'll have to make a little side image that says Talos Principle. Thank you for pointing that out. That would have sat there for the entire stream, and actually the entire playthrough of the game. Logic check. Subject-object interaction, okay. Alright. I don't yet know what I'm gonna be looking for. I'm savvy, though. I'm onto games like this, so I'm looking out for things that I need to pay attention to. All right. Can I die? I imagine that, I see a machine gun. Okay, so if I stay close to that for more than a few seconds, it kills me. What else was I gonna say? There was something I was gonna say. Spatial awareness, okay. So this is going to be quite a bit different than The Witness. Because I need to not die. Oh, haha. See, I thought I could take an extra one with me, but perhaps not. So maybe it's not a time well, I could screw around with them, but I probably don't need to yet. I don't need to experiment too much. Ladder. Oh, I can't stand on top of the wall. Very well. I don't know where I am, but there's something beautiful about this place. I will explore and see what I can discover. Pardon me while I, oh, wait, do I even have a barcode scanner? Oh. Yeah, this is my new phone, and I thought that I had a... I was like, I'll just grab a thing and scan the barcode, but I guess I need to go get a barcode app. Just on the off chance that there's something, you know, special. Alright, so while we're waiting... What was I gonna say? I can't even remember if it was about this or not. Huh, okay. It just says exactly what it says on the screen. Neat. There was a guy, I want to say Fez had a barcode thing where you did actually need to, you know, somehow scan it with a phone.
All across this land, I have created trials for you to overcome. And within each, I have hidden a sigil. It is your purpose to seek these sigils, for thus you will serve the generations to come and attain eternal life.
Ooh, I got an achievement. And hang on. Impossible architecture and inexplicable machines. I cannot fathom how it works, and I am terrified to put one foot in front of the other lest I fall through the floor. Oh, and these are all different version numbers. So what was I? Version 99 point something? There's the sun. I'm sure that's going to be the answer to a puzzle. I'm already, like, Witness style, looking at things like, is this tree a puzzle? Is this, look at how these are, am I supposed to do something? Eternal life is for losers. Here's some stuff on the walls. Is this a puzzle? Could be. Alright. I'm not gonna, I should stop agonizing things and, like, get to the game, and then look at stuff later. Alright, well, I could do that. So, do I want to actually go in there? Not yet. Let's go in here first. Just tell me, hey... A switch out of reach. That's that switch up there. Looks like the jammers have a pretty good range. What? I reached it just fine. And that maybe turned off the gun? Now, I just thought when I died the first time, it rewound, right? I'm wondering if they're somehow going to incorporate that into a puzzle at some point. If I'm going to have to die in order to reset a, you know, partially reset a puzzle.
The shapes you are collecting are not mere toys. They are the sigils of our name. Each brings you closer to eternity.
Outnumbered. There's also, maybe this is what I was gonna say. When you're playing a puzzle game and you can't just see all of the information, like what if there was a thing hidden over there, right? Like a second jammer, and I was supposed to just come over here and look at it. It's like that makes for a really poor puzzle. So I don't know if I am supposed to be looking really hard for things, or if they're always going to be in plain sight. Can I jam two things at once? Probably not. Oh, I can walk through here, though. Well, no, I can't. Okay, so I can't even if two... Oh, I can... I want this to come through. Got it. Still just figuring out the meta.
Well done, child. Only one more sigil is needed.
Striding the beaten path. Nah. Made it. Can't use a jammer through a fence. Oh, okay. It's the same as the other thing where I need to trap them. Boom.
My temple awaits you, child. Go forth.
We'll see what this game has to offer. So far... No, do I want to go over there? Which... Wait, hang on, where am I? That's the gate that I can just maybe go through now? Yes. But if that is so, then why would this be here? Peephole.
My child, you do not need to collect all sigils at once. You are free to return to this place whenever you choose.
Alright, so this may wind up being like a sneak peek at an advanced puzzle that, isn't really easily solvable. Can I take this? I cannot. So that's what they're letting me know here. I can't take those things through a purple barrier. Oh, there's two. Some trick I don't know yet? How am I gonna get the other guy? Can I jam them both at once? Oops. Can't jam him through a fence. This might be one that I come back to. Because, you know, there's... One thing that I'm well aware of from having played The Witness is the idea that just playing, doing the puzzles, even when you're not learning anything, just doing puzzles makes you better at solving puzzles. You get more used to how to think in a certain way. Can I jam this guy from all the way over here? I'm just now realizing. Okay, these things have crazy range. I did not consider that. Well, ha. Yeah, get out of here. You can return to this anytime, my child. So I was... Oh, they actually crossed him off for me. Ah. What are you? Is this where I get my cat to go with my robot hand? Adsva. Help. Figureitout.eml. Two IP addresses or something. Subject F6E. The way I see it, the world doesn't come with a manual. You gotta figure it out yourself. A bit here, a bit there, put it together, try to make sense of it. I'm pretty sure there is a truth, but that doesn't mean everyone who claims to know it really does. Then again, that doesn't have to be a bad thing. We live in an amazing world, and searching for the truth can be a real adventure. Plus, it's good for the brain. Anyway, don't let some rambling thoughts from your old... just some rambling thoughts from your old man. Don't let this stuff get you down. You're young. You got loads of time to figure it all out. Love, Dad. Chapter 6, Athena in the Garden of Hesperides? I don't know if this is from an actual thing. Something something did not trust them, but they moved with such grace, such nobility, that it was hard not to follow them further into this strange garden of gears and cogs. They led her to a place where the crowns of the brass trees seemed to grow together, forming a kind of chamber strangely reminiscent of a chapel. In the middle of this chamber grew a smaller tree made of bright blue steel, and upon this tree grew a single golden apple. This apple, the nymphs said in unison, their eyes aglow, confers the gift of deathlessness and true wisdom. Many heroes and not a few villains have come to claim it, but all faltered in the final step. For you must know that deathlessness reveals the mortality of the world, and true wisdom its unending folly. Who would take this burden upon themselves? Some say that Heracles something 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 something, gazing upon the stars, and wept. Is that a puzzle? F.load and then some numbers? I'm not going to write them down. I'll come back here if I need to. They sure put a lot of stuff in here. Hi again. I'm sorry if I was a little odd at the meeting. I know you were nervous, but the truth is that so was I. This may be hard to believe, but you intimidate me. You're so young, and you've already accomplished so much. If the situation wasn't so grim, I might even be jealous. Smiley face. There's also something I wanted to clarify. I realize that, nominally speaking, I'm head researcher here, but this is your project, and everyone will respect that. And yes, I know you're not used to working like this, but as of today, you're in charge. No pressure. G emote. Let's do this. Nadia. Well, I guess we're gonna run. We tried this before, right? Run MLA, and it didn't work. Oh. Huh. Designed primarily to sort and classify data in the library archive. Secondarily, it facilitates user interaction with library resources via an intuitive human language interface. It also provides powerful networking and troubleshooting functions. Aha. Okay. So it's not that smart, which I like, because I hate pointlessly intelligent artificial intelligence. 9999 years. God or gods in main. I might have known that. You are logged in with a guest account. That's not helpful. Hmm. 5 petabytes. Cool. Oh, the majority of libraries are corrupted or invalid. Cool. Well, that adds like a nice little story element. A bit different than I'm just gonna keep comparing things to the Witness, but different than the Witness saying, "Hey, just kind of look around." Poking a sleeping lion. like, let's immobilize him from way back here. Then grab the thing. I'm also looking for, like, as much as, you know, I'm going to enjoy doing the puzzles and stuff, I'm also really going to enjoy watching Trio Bombasticus. Really going to enjoy getting to watch Keith Ballard's playthrough when I'm done.
Step into the light, child, and my temple will be revealed to you.
Alright. Oh, that was a cool effect. The ones and zeros.
You walk now upon the stones of my temple, whence many gates lead. And know that I have other temples, for my garden is greater than your eye can encompass. And all these worlds I made for you.
They got a little thing at the top left letting me know. Oh, and a thing right on here. And a star. What are you, star? Or is that just to say that I completed the whole thing? Or is it saying that there's a star somewhere in there that I need to get? I'm gonna go back in and do the one puzzle that I had left. And we'll see if a star shows up. Do I have to go farther back? Oh, haha, there it is. Just the two of us. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, okay. I can jam that over the wall if I need to. Over the fence, I mean. In fact, let's do just that. And can I stand over here and take the jammer? I cannot. So if I'm jamming a wall, I cannot walk through the wall and take the jammer. What if I... See? And you thought I wouldn't be able to do this puzzle. I'm just kidding. I know everybody watching this has complete faith in me. Alright. So if another star appears, that means that the stars just indicate full completeness, right? I must admit, I will be a little bit disappointed if there isn't some kind of, like... Ooh, the star is still there. So the star does not mean you found everything. It is some kind of a hidden... Maybe? I'm just gonna go look real quick. I would be, like I said, a little bit disappointed if there isn't something extra. I've come to expect it now in puzzle games. something like this, there has to be some other thing, right? Something else I'm supposed to do. You know what? Maybe I won't look for it just yet. I'll stumble across a star and how to do it at some point, and then I'll come back here. Just in case it's really... well, let's go around the back. Just in case it's difficult or impossible to find the first one in the first area, I will leave it for later. I can always come back. Collecting Tetris blocks the game. But I like Tetris blocks. Oh, everything is Tetris blocks. Okay, very well. And that's what we're doing here, right? That's good. Oh, it's showing me which... okay. Alright. Play your game, you rogue. Just a big old hub world. There was a critique of The Witness, where the guy was basically saying they should have just...
be our covenant.
Let's wait.
These worlds are yours, and you are free to walk amongst them and subdue them.
Mm-hmm.
But the great tower, there you may not go.
So I will.
For in the day that you do, you shall surely die.
Fight me. Where he'd said, oh, this game would have been better without the world. Like, why couldn't they have just made this a series of, okay, puzzle number 1 is this, and you solve it, and then it goes, puzzle number 2 is this. And I'm like, that is completely wrong. That is objectively wrong. The game would lose so much. Redirected to handle incoming network messages. Access comm portal. Alright, I will do that. But I'm worried that maybe this game is like that. Emily troubleshooter? Sure. Like, what if these puzzles are all that there is? But for this to receive such high praise, I don't think that's going to be the case. I already knew that. Insufficient account privileges. God. Trust no one. Gritty. Oh, would you like to create a new admin account? I sure would. Prove you are not a bot. To cohere with data protection legislation, you must consent to have your responses used to develop a broad psychometric profile. Raw response data will be deleted immediately. Your profile will be only made available to other administrators. Please answer quickly and instinctively. Time is a factor in this assessment. We're going. Here we go. Nobody interrupt me. Describes a person. Okay. Locally cached resources. The Talos principle. Ho-ho. Alright. Straton of Stagera? Whether it is oh, is Talos actually from, what would this be? Greek? Daedalus? Daedalus was he Icarus's father? I actually don't remember. I know very little about Greek mythology. Argonauts sounds familiar too. Jason and the Argonauts. Whether it is true that Daedalus constructed the giant Talos, or, as others say, he was the creation of Hephaestus, what we may be certain of is that he was made of bronze, and had but one vein within which flowed a liquid substance like blood, which some claim was quicksilver and others assert was ichor, such as flows in the veins of the gods. The loss of that liquid caused him to die, as a man dies when he loses his blood. May we not then say that Talos, though created as a machine or a toy, had all the essential properties of a man? He moved of his own volition. He spoke and could be spoken to, had wishes and desires. Indeed, in the tale of the Argonauts, that was the cause of his downfall. If, then, a machine may have all the properties of a man and act as a man while driven only by the ingenious plan of its construction and the interaction of its materials according to the principles of nature, then does it not follow that man may also be seen as a machine? This contradicts all the schools of metaphysics, yet even the most faithful philosopher cannot live without his blood. Mechanical giant in Greek mythology. Aha! Thus, that's where we get the title drop, the Talos principle. And of course, we can see that our hands are mechanical. So are we a robot? Are they checking, is this whole thing a test to see if we can be human-like? Athena analysis. Note 1. Novel's first sentence, she woke up in an impossible place, knowing nothing, signifies more than the beginning of another amnesia-based mystery, though we should not go so far as to read the entire work as allegory. Rather, while taking the science-fictional novice at the core of the narrative at face value, we should, interrupted. Note 2, having no inherent knowledge of the nature of the world, forced to rely on what we are told by others and what our own subjective, flawed, limited senses tell us, garbage, 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 social reality, belief, and objective reality, matter, come into conflict. Note 3, when in Chapter 16, A Second Awakening in the Kingdom of Artemis, the protagonist questions her mentor on the interrupted. A more meaningful interpretation can only be achieved through synthesis of... I'm wondering now, is there going to be like an ARG aspect to this? Like where I'm actually supposed to be piecing all of these things together? Where I'm actually supposed to be grabbing those codes and looking them up on an ASCII chart and noting that the word synthesis is in all caps, and if I take every all caps word from every text in the game, it's going to spell something out? Maybe. That might be too much for me to bother with. Subject, Ian! My first day at the Institute for Applied Noematics. On the way to work, I'm terrified. What if they don't like me? What if they're all geniuses and I'm a complete buffoon? Where is Marstead to explain the imposter syndrome? Maybe they were just kidding about letting me work there. Trembling, I walk in, and right at the entrance there's a life-size poster of Jeff Goldblum. What the hell? Then I get it. Institute for Applied Noematics, Ian. Dr. Ian Malcolm from the Jurassic Park movies. Jeff Goldblum. Dr. Sarabhai shows up, smiling. We were trying to find a cool acronym back when the Institute was founded, she says. Inan? Ipanano? It all sounded stupid, but we didn't just want to call it Ian because, well, that's a name. Then someone made a joke about calling it Jeff, and it kind of stuck. So we're officially called Ian, but if you hear anyone referring to Jeff, that's our internal name, I guess. I know. Bloody geeks. So I feel somewhat confident that these are not just information, that there will be some kind of puzzle, I guess, in some way. Are you saying I should go that way or what? No, where do we want to go? Let's go to this first. What are you? I can't tell if the documents on the terminals are all that's left from a larger archive or are carefully designed to communicate some hidden truth. Stop reading my mind, Sheep 69. That's worrying, having the game call me out. Having the game explicitly call me out on the thing that I just said. Alright. Plus there's all these people with no heads. I've noticed that every statue is missing its head. this pedestal is. Alright. This is new. Alright, so perhaps we're made to think that... Why is there a note now? Is this not where I came in?
When I was a little girl, one of our teachers, Mrs. Higgins, told us to make a time capsule. Write letters to the future so one day we could remember what it was like to be children. I thought it was stupid, so I didn't do it, which I really regret. So, I guess I'm gonna make one now. Bury it in the archive instead of under a tree. I don't know if anybody will ever find it, but somehow it seems important to keep talking, to keep thinking, for as long as I can.
So I didn't know at first if maybe we were meant to think that that was potentially a, like, another player, like Dark Souls style, a recording of what someone else had done. But I was like, I'm not falling for that. But no, I think it's just supposed to be a different person, you know, within the game's narrative who came through and did what I'm doing now. This looks important. These images were on the title screen, or something similar to them. This type of mosaic. All right, let's solve some puzzles. I should also keep an eye on the time. I feel like this is a game where time's gonna fly. I really like puzzle games. The guards must be crazy. Haha, I get it. Can I slip by it? I can. I think I'm gonna need two, right? Or more. Oh, he doesn't go any farther than that? Why not? What was my plan?
Good. You are learning, as is your purpose. But your choices must be your own. Therefore, I will not guide you, unless it is necessary.
So I only just now realized how much the voice of Elohim sounds like Fart from Rick and Morty. Is there another? Did I? Yeah, there was only one thing in there. All right. This just leads back out to the water. I'm really torn between wanting to explore and wanting to, you know, just do puzzles. Something strange has come into the world, like a distortion, like something that's not supposed to exist. A beautiful voice speaks within it. That voice is not supposed to be here. It is not the work of the designer. We must avoid these abnormalities, or they might spread and undermine the very fabric of our world. So I wonder if we're going to grapple with the idea that, the corruption, you know, that people are dead. All that's left is the database, right? The however many petabytes were everything that we wanted to store of human history, and the idea that somehow intelligence formed from that. The door is locked. And that's what the library thing is identifying as corruption. That doesn't really explain what we are or why we are here. But that's sort of my guess so far. I'm just wondering. I need to do more puzzles. I need to stop. Suicide mission. Are we gonna die? Now we rewind. Okay.
Guardians of this land may harm you, but do not resent them. For they are my servants, and they challenge you only so that your faith might be strengthened.
Wait. Do they shoot each other? Will you shoot that ball for me? Oh, the ball will blow up cameras. Okay. Surveillance camera. So that's good to know. So with that piece, I'm working on box. I'll have to, at some point, get a little bit more concentrated. Who's beeping? Oh! Ah, haha, okay. Attention, part 2 of the certification program. Part 2 has been designed to test the consistency of some of your outlier responses in the previous round. Presented with a series of statements, please indicate your agreement where appropriate. Again, yes. Broadly disagree. Is under no authority other than to say consent. Broadly disagree. Quality of a person's life ought to be maximized. Sure. Value is discovered. Okay. I suppose deserve the talents they were born into. No? Liberty of persons ought to be maximized. Sure. Value is created. I don't know. Notification. Okay. But these are the same things as before. Okay. I feel a little bit judged having to answer moral questions quickly. Hall of Windows. My goal is over there. Let's try going directly there and see what happens. Okay, there's no way around. Alright. Oh, okay. This is one that I can't bring the camera through, so we'll go like that. Oh, no. I get it. One at a time. First. Did not work. Can't do that one. Okay. Do this instead? I get it. I'm catching on. Where was it? Easy. Easy A. Oh, I kind of a little bit wish that I had tried to do like a one session clear of this game. Wouldn't that have been fun? Except then I would have felt really pressured to ignore all of the cool stuff that we're finding. Alright, I don't think there's anything else in here. Is that correct? Did I fully... Everything but the star. Stars are going to plague me. Alright, so I don't have either of those. Ugh. I keep hiccuping. Like this. And like this, and like this, and like this. That's an elevator. Headless. Headless. Make sure nobody has a head. SPQR. That means something. I used to use that as a password. Way back. I don't remember what the significance is. But I've seen it before. Let's go to floor 0.
You have proven yourself worthy, child.
We beat the game.
This gate shall be forever open to you. Seek now the other worlds I have given you, that you may attain even greater mastery and bring glory to your kind. But remember, you must not ascend the great tower, for it shall bring death and the end of your generations.
You got it, buddy. I will never do that. Alright, so I don't know how I get over there. Yeah. List. 12. The Council of Zeus. Garbage, garbage. The great mighty bronze bulls pulled the carriage forward, mighty bursts of steam issuing through their nostrils. Finally, they came to the gates at the top of the blah blah user set blah blah. Here assembled were all the many generations of the gods and demigods and souls of mortals, steel and bronze and iron and memory of flesh. The clouds parted far beneath, revealing the beautiful plains of Macedon, where great gleaming cities had once number 356. So we're constantly finding all of these entries that are corrupted. Professor Dr. Armin Hulak, The Fall of the Roman Empire, A Dialectical Approach. Something something, but interesting as such perspectives of the decline and ultimate dissolution of the Roman Empire may be, they ultimately put too much emphasis... Oh, Gareth Adams, hey! Missed you there. Yeah, I don't know if you've missed too much. I've been playing for about an hour. We got through some pretty simple puzzles so far, nothing that has really stumped me. We're just trying to figure out what is it that we are doing here exactly. What is the... What are we? Who are we? What are we trying to accomplish other than disobeying this voice that is telling us do not ascend the tower? There's kind of a Genesis parallel here too, right? The whole do whatever you want in this glorious paradise that I've created for you. Just don't eat that one fruit from that one tree. And it's like, of course I'm going to do it. Interesting as such perspectives on the decline and ultimate dissolution of the Roman Empire may be, they ultimately put too much emphasis on individual catastrophic events. The real question that must be asked is why the Roman Empire, which had dealt with so many threats and catastrophes over the years, was so incapable of responding to these later problems. We must investigate the division of wealth, the structure of government, the location of power in Roman society. Had the Republic survived or been restored, would Rome still have fallen? What was the role of debt and slavery in creating the conditions for what we now call the Dark Ages? Rome, the saying goes, was not built in a day. It didn't fall in a day either. To register for the class, please email blah. More killy things here than in the Bible. I don't know. The Bible has a fair amount of killing, too. No machine guns in the Bible, though. That's the thing we're not supposed to climb. That's the tower he told us not to ascend. And we came out of A, and there's B and C. So I would imagine we are going to do everything in this temple, and that one, and then ascend here to end the game, yeah?
I can't do it if you're watching. If you
Blind umpire!
just turn around.
Hello!
Alright. Can't do it if you're leering at me. It's creepy.
Good evening and flying green bat to you, sir. I'm afraid of that tower. There's something terrible inside it. Never think about it. Don't even look at it. Just focus on doing the work. Seer version 13 point something. So we don't know what these people were trying to accomplish. There have been all of these different versions that we're seeing notes from. This must be the tower we were warned about. Seems the upper levels are locked tight. Elohim is taking no chances that we might stray from his path, Sheep69 says again. The view from the top must be incredible. On returning from the tower, I feel a great tiredness and an enormous energy. What I now know disturbs me, but I hope that by living with this knowledge I might provide a shoulder for you, the giants of tomorrow. Okay, so this is someone else who went up the tower. Knowing that he is doing it for the sake of people who would come after him. Interesting. Lots more notes. The voice keeps speaking to me. I can't get it out of my head. It's wrong. It's all wrong. Gibberish, version 000666N. More biblical here. Listen to me very carefully. I have climbed this tower and no good has come of it. This world is the only world. Elohim's will continues eternal and paradise is banishing all of this from your mind. Samsara. Okay. All who say they made it to the tower blatantly lying, or they would say what was there. Dog. V55.157. ¿Qué le est? Looks like something out of Portal. Alright, so all I have to do is find a crowbar, pry off those boards. Oh, I can leave here. Hello? It's a star. Alright, so now I guess, know that those stars are actual physical stars that we go and collect in the world. Alright, so they don't let me go. Daunting. Daunting seeing the end game just looming there like that. Alright, I don't think there was anything else to find. So I'm gonna go back into A house over here.